It basically involves my dad and my best mate's dad, and we told a lie that got out of hand, and I saw, and that's the premise. The lie got out of hand, and I saw for the first time the rage and anger that my dad had, and it kind of from the age of 11, it humbled me as a person.
Yeah, okay.
So, do you want me to kick it off? It goes.
Let's
Yeah.
let it rip.
Okay, so I had to Google some because I know there's a bit of like the language is a bit different in the sense like as a kid I grew up in like a thing called council estates, which is like social housing in America, so like government
Okay.
funded. So it's a bit more, I'd say, more like lower income households. So it means crime and that's a bit more apparent. And I grew up on this area and I used to get picked on by the local bully who was about 16 at the time. I was about 11 and he went to my school. So in the UK, we don't have elementary, middle, and then high school. We have elementary and then straight into high school. So at the age of 11, you hang around with like 16-year-olds, up to 16-year-olds.
Oh, that's
Okay.
a nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
mate,
scary.
yeah, I've got loads of stories about about dealing with 16-year-olds when you're 11. But so yeah, the local bully was called Chris, and he was giving me and my mate a hard time. I was quite a fat kid, so I used to get called lard ass and lardy and fatty. And my friend had alopecia at the time, so he was called Baldy. So we used to get picked on a fair
Not
bit.
terribly creative. I would
Yeah, I was
expect
about to say, I
more.
thought there was like going to be some more kind of whimsical, like these
Oh,
bullies
no.
need to go back to the writing room a little bit.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, they call me
100%.
stuff like fatty, fat ass. Like, if I was getting bullied, I'm like, put some effort into it, man. If I'm going to go home and cry, I want to at least be like, well, that was kind of hilarious.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
I got to hand
it.
it to him, you know?
To be
Like,
fair,
that was good.
this bully wasn't academic, so he was
Right,
probably
yeah.
straight from the barrel.
If he had some smarts to him, he probably wouldn't just be yelling at 11-year-olds. So.
Yeah,
That
that's
is true. That's true. So we're getting picked on, and one day it was never like really bad. It was just name calling and maybe the occasional shove in the corridors at school or whatever. And then one day, I think we were walking to school, and Chris was having a cigarette with his mates. And as we walked past, they pushed us over into the mud. So we're like, we're like, fuck's sake. We're like, this can't keep happening. So my mate Adam was like, right, I've got a plan. Let's go and tell our parents that he's been beating us up really badly. And then the school have to intervene and he'll get expelled. So I was like, okay, how are you going to do that? Because we only got mud on us. My friend Adam didn't even think. He just punched me straight in the face.
He's just like, I've got the plan. It's the plan we're going with.
This guy's
Yeah.
gonna grow up to be fucking insane, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
like, this guy's already got what it takes to be like a secret agent. He's like, what's the
Oh,
plan?
yeah.
He just breaks your nose. And he's like, it's for the cause, god damn it.
Yeah, even
Like,
get on board.
I was like, what type of Breaking Bad level shit is this?
Yeah, it was definitely that. He was the Walter White, I was the Jesse
Yeah,
Pinkman.
he's like got a whole chessboard and he like falls down.
Like, honestly, Jesse, it gets more
Yeah.
twisted and
Yes.
fucked up as
You
this story
poison
unravels.
somebody? Like,
Yeah, well, honestly, I want to see your face when I tell this twist.
oh, Jesus.
So he's punched me. I've automatically punched him back. Just I thought I'm already
As you
getting
do.
picked. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel yeah. So
Yeah.
and then he goes, brilliant. Now you've got a black eye. I've got a cut lip. Now it looks a
He
bit more
said
believable.
brilliant.
Love
He's
it,
like,
but
the
see-
plan is moving in
Yeah.
motion.
Psychopath. Like honestly,
It's bloody brilliant. I can't see. I can't even fucking see anymore.
Dude, that was not a bad impression. I was like, for fuck's sake, mate, what is going on here? So the plan is in motion, and then we walk back home, and I go home and I tell my mum, I said, Mum, I'm getting picked on, and she looks at my face and she looks at my lip and she goes, okay, wait until your dad gets in, we'll have a word. So I'm at home eating my dinner, and my dad walks in. He's like a manual labourer, so he's covered in like oil and like overalls. He's had a tough day at the office, so to speak. And he just walks past me and ruffles my hair and goes to the fridge and grabs a beer, starts just drinking just as he does. My mum starts shouting at him. My dad's called Graham. She's like, Graham, look at what's happened to your son. Your son's getting beaten up by this kid. So my dad looks at my face and goes, have you hit him back? And I said, no, he's 6'2" and he's 16. I'm 11, Dad. And he goes, yeah, but you can at least try to stand up for yourself. It's that tough British love.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
but you give it a try, goddammit. He's like, so Hitler had air bombers. We didn't do
Yeah.
fly over. Huh?
Exactly.
Your
that.
granddad say that? Oh, they got a tank. No. Run at him.
it was really like that. So I was like, fuck, so give me a break here. So, so my mum got, so I explained to my dad, he's a 16-year-old guy, and he goes, all right, okay. And he said, let me think and let's see what we're going to do. So I'm hoping that he's going to bring up the school and get the motion in, get him expelled. My best mate's dad knocks on the door, and this guy has done time in prison.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he have you, I don't know if you know much about like soccer in terms of like the hooligan aspect, the football violence aspect, but he was one of those. He had like all the like rings, had like a tracksuit and skinheads. It was absolute lunatic. And
Okay.
he's just pacing up and down in front of my dad going, you heard what's happened to Jake and Adam? We need to sort out this bully. And my dad was like, what do you want to do? He goes, well, he lives just down the road. Let's go and chat to his parents. So off we go. My dad grabs you by the collar and goes, son, you're coming. We're going to speak to the bully and his dad. So I'm thinking, fuck, this is getting a bit deeper.
Oh, that feeling of a kid too. I know this feeling too of when you've lied and you can see it spiraling and you're like, oh fuck, I can't step on the brakes.
You're like, guys, it's not that big of a deal. I just wanted
my arsehole was twitching. I was really nervous. So I was panicking. So I knew my mate's dad was a lunatic, but I didn't know my dad was as well until this happened. And they're mates from back when they grew up in the same area, so they're mates from back in the 60s. So they're boys, they're boys each other sort of thing. So we're walking towards. So me and my mate Adam are walking ahead in front of the two dads, and I'm saying to Adam, mate, this is getting way out of hand. Like this was supposed to be a little white lie, and now we're going to go and confront the bully. And he goes, Jake, relax, mate. We're going to sort this out there and then. So I'm like, okay, you're like you said, the Heisenberg. I have full faith in this plan now. That's how easy.
I mean, he seems like he's like, it seems like he's got pouches and shit up his arm. Like, I don't even know. He's got like a fake security video of it happening.
Probably has. So we get to as we approach the bully's house in his front yard, he has my mate's bike, Adam's bike, and I look at Adam and said, "Why is your bike there?" He goes, well, I rode it over there after school to make it look like the bully robbed my bike to make it look more believable.
Yeah,
I love
him. He's already he's deep in. Yeah,
he's obviously been planning this for weeks.
Yeah,
he's like, of course, he's like, I break the eye, we plant the bike. On the bike there will be blood and DNA evidence. Like.
So I was calm when he reassured me. When I saw the bike, my heart's racing again. I'm thinking, this is too much. Like,
yeah.
You planted a bike. It's like now it's getting,
So not only is it like a 16-year-old young man, like allegedly beating up 11-year-olds, now he's also been done for theft. This lie's getting too much. So we get to the door, and my mate's dad knocks on the door. And the bully answers, 6'2", towers over the dad as well. He's an absolute unit of a guy. And my mate's dad says, is your old man in? Like, is your dad in? And he goes, yeah. He looks at me and Adam and realizes why we're there. So he shouts up to his dad, said, Dad's got a couple of people here that want to speak to you. And his dad, the bully's dad, shouts down the stairs, whoever it is, tell him to fuck off. I'm having this shit. That was it. And for some
this is totally warping all our American audience is like, what is this? They're like, British people don't act like this. They all drink tea and they're all proper.
We're proper like rogue, mental.
Yeah. What is this? What are you talking about? They don't even.
I'm having a shit.
Literally, it was like that. His door was open. You could see his head poking out. It was like, tell him to fuck off. And so for some reason, that was code, like green light for my mate's dad to run upstairs and start attacking the bully's dad. And I can't see much. All I can hear is boom, boom, like punching. And I'm at the bottom of the stairs with my dad and my mate. And my mate's just smiling at this point. And all I can see is literally the next minute will haunt me for the rest of my life. I just see the bully's dad with his pants, like his pants, like we say pants, so boxers and his trousers round his ankle. And as he's falling down the stairs, poo is going everywhere. Like a firework, Catherine wheel, just painting the walls a nice shade of brown.
God.
Yeah, honestly, fuck me sideways, because I was stood there at the bottom thinking all I wanted was this bully to be expelled for a day or two. Now I'm dealing with like
pushed his dad down the stairs while he was shitting.
Yeah.
You couldn't write that. You couldn't write.
I know.
There's there's a level. I don't know if there's a deeper level of humiliation. Your most vulnerable point when you're shitting and someone just sort of pushes you down the stairs.
Yeah,
That's a fucking
honestly,
Soprano shit, dude. That is insane.
It really was. It really was.
Yeah.
So this is where it gets even worse. The guy is carrowing in his own shit, just laying there like twitching because he's just been thrown down a flight of stairs, just had his head kicked in, and my dad just pushes me and my mate Adam aside and grabs the bully's dad by the neck and starts punching him. If your son ever threatens to touch my son again, I will burn this house down. Yeah, proper full on threatening to murder his family.
Oh my God.
I look at the bully and the bully is hid behind like a chair, like cowering for his life. And then my dad, it calms down for about 10 seconds. And my dad looks at me and he goes, son, here's your moment. Has Chris, the bully, done anything else? Like, here's your chance to speak up or forever. What's done is done. And I was willing to go, lads, I've had enough here. We've done all right here. We've over exceeded our expectations.
Yeah.
I think you've gotten what you wanted and more.
Oh, and
you
more
just wanted
so.
to leave you alone, and they just almost murdered your bully's dad.
Exactly. But my mate Adams just popped up and he goes, actually, it's my dad's called Graham. He goes, actually, Graham, we actually had some money and the bully Chris has robbed us of the money. We were going to go to the shops and grab some sweets. Yeah.
Your friend's insane. Your friend saw the bully's dad just become like a shit cannon falling down the stairs. Have to go to the ER, and he goes, "Oh, we can get more.
Yeah. We can get some cash out of this.
He's like, as a matter of fact, as we're talking about things we want.
Yeah. But you've got to admire it, though. I feel like keep.
I mean, he's a dreamer. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
That's a guy. That's start a company or something. Jesus balls. That guy. I would be like you. I would be terrified. I'd be like, let's just mitigate the damage.
Yeah, I'd never seen my dad in this show the light before. Like, I don't get me wrong, I've been smacked on the bottom by him, but never seen him beat up a man covered in shit. Like, that shows a lot of love for your child.
If I did that, if my dad did that, I wouldn't have this podcast. I would just the podcast would call, respect and love you, Dad.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't know I'm telling this story, so I may be dead afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, shit, I hate to see what happens to you, but
I've told this on stage, so it's fine. So my dad grabs £10, so yeah, $10 out of his wallet, and like just reiterates, threatens, if you come near my son again, I'll kill you, blah blah blah. The bully's mum is screaming, threatening to ring the police and everything. So we leave. So we're walking.
Like you said that, it's like, so she's going on about the police. So
yeah,
we're like, the vibe's dead. We're gonna dip. This party's over. All right. She keeps nagging, blah blah blah. My husband's bleeding from his eyes.
Yeah, he may never walk again, but no, the vibe's gone. It was all fun and games until you threatened to call the cops.
Oh yeah, it's just a friendly pushing a man while shitting down the stairs until.
So we're walking back to my house, and I've got poo all over my shoes, on my school trousers.
How much shit was coming out? Like, was it like just a continuous stream? Or
no? I generally do think he must have had a dodgy tummy because it wasn't thick. It was more of a liquid.
So the man was like in the middle of having violent diarrhea, and your dad's friend pushed him down the stairs.
I think he was just. Let's be honest, lads. Have you ever had a shit and then thought, what could happen next? A man comes running in and starts punching you. Like, I don't think it was just caught off guard.
I don't.
The worst that's ever happened to me is like
comprehend, man. My brain would just shut down.
Exactly. The worst that's happened to me is a FaceTime call when you're shitting. That's the worst thing that's happened. And never mind someone actually busting in there and just being like.
See, I would actually answer a FaceTime, but yeah, like you say, your body would just shut down. I think his finger just gave up.
My brain, it'd be like a robot short circuiting. I'd be like, wait, what is that? Taking a shit? Someone's pushing me down the stairs.
So we're walking back to my parents' house. We're walking ahead, and my mate Adam's pushing his bike. And I look at him, and he's literally got a bit of poo on his head where it's just splattered. And I look at him, and he's beaming. He's like walking on sunshine, happy. And I looked at him and said, Adam, you knew this was going to happen, didn't you? And he goes, yep. And I was like, could you have not at least told me? He goes, no, I wanted your reaction to be genuine. Like, you're generally horrified. But he said, let's be honest, the bully's not going to come after us anymore after seeing that. So I was like, okay, I'm back on board with the plan. I think it's a great plan. I'm not going to get bullied anymore. So my dad and his dad, they part ways. Adam and his dad go back to their house. I'm back at home. My mum's shouting at my dad for doing what he's done. And my dad's cleaning my school shoes with like a hose outside in the backyard. And I'm just playing PlayStation 1 at this point, just minding my own business.
The kid version of smoking a cigarette. You just turn the PlayStation on and you're
go
done.
for a long drive on GTA 3 or whatever. Get away, get away from my woes.
Stuff.
Yeah, I've done some terrible things, But when you dance to the devil, you've got to lead sometimes. So
exactly.
So, but I hear the phone ring, and with these like social housing, the walls are quite thin, so you can hear pretty much what's going on. So I come running downstairs. I'm like halfway through the stairs. I can see through the banisters. I can see my dad answer the phone, and the phone is shaking. Someone's screaming down the phone. It turns out it's my mate's dad, who's just beat up the bully's dad. Jake and Adam have fucking lied to us. They've absolutely lied. It turns out my mate Adam just broke. As soon as he got into his house, he just broke and yeah, absolute snitch. Like, just had the plan but couldn't execute it to the end, He's broke down crying.
How would you see that and be like, oh, I need to tell these people the truth?
I think he was just trying to put a show on for me. Like, he didn't want to obviously realize that he.
But if I just saw someone assault something, like push a man down the stairs, I'd be like, yep, I'm just keeping stuff to myself.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was like that happy-go-lucky. It's happened, we move on. But my mate obviously last minute had a guilty conscience. So my dad's gone mental. My dad's like, the veins are bulging out here. Like, get here. There's one of those phones at the wall, so it's got like a short cord, and he's trying to get me to come over so he can give me a wallop. And I'm looking, going, no, I'm not going there. I've just seen what you've done to this man. It looked like he had rabies because he was like proper dribbling. I thought maybe some of that poo's gone in his mouth. I don't know, Me being me, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I run upstairs into my room and I pretend I'm asleep because I thought, well, my dad's not going to wake me up and sleep.
That's classic 11-year-old level logic. You're like, well, just what's safe being asleep? That's good.
The thing is, I tried jumping out of my bedroom window, but I was too fat to fit through the little window. So I thought my next plan, go asleep. So my dad walks up, and I can hear him walking up, and he walks into my room, very calm as well, I may add, which put me off. I was expecting guns and blazing.
No, that's how you know you've broken them, because they've gotten so mad that they've returned to equilibrium. Well, like they reset. My dad was like that too. The calmness is like, oh, I'm about to really get fucked over.
Yeah, it's like calm before the storm, like the hurricane, like the eye of the circle's quite cut, and then it was like that. So he comes in, he goes, Jake, I've just spoke to Adam's dad. He's told me everything. Before I react, I'm going to give you a chance to explain. And there's me going, shh. And he goes, Jake, I know you're awake. I just saw you run upstairs and I heard you try and open your window. You can't fall asleep in 10 seconds. It's impossible. And then the room went really quiet. And I opened my eyes because I thought my dad had left, but he's staring at me right in my face. I got smacked so hard on that arse that I was walking like I'd shit myself, like the bully's dad, for about a month. Like, my arse was so sore.
Maybe your pops was tops. Maybe your father's a bother. If he's angry and mad or an absentee lad, no matter what kind you had, here's fuck you, Dad.